Oh, hey there. Welcome to Tea in Space. My name's Tom, and this is Space. You like my fence? City did a great job of repairing it, eh? Well, I know how we'll keep people in or out. Uh, this fence shouldn't be here in the first place. This is access to water. This is access to swimming. People here are playing a new sport here. They're getting pretty hot and tired, and they're going to have to walk all the way around to go swimming when they can actually just go swimming right here. Oh no, the currents are too strong because of the dam. Bullshit. How's it going? Saw about 2 minutes ago making their way from that end of the park to this end of the park, and they passed right by us. It was an older couple walking in the park with plexiglass shields because of COVID-19. In the park, everybody else is pretty good without this protection, but some people seem to think that it's necessary. It looks ridiculous and it serves no purpose. You're only really keeping the guys in the plexiglass industry alive. If you want to know what a shitty business is right now, it's COVID-19 response, plexiglass style. How much money can we make in a short period of time when these stupid regulations are in place? The guidelines that your country tells you to follow. But not all countries and towns are created equal on this. Some can see through it faster than others, that's apparent. The smaller towns and communities have a huge role to play in the next little while in regards to our freedoms. Because in the big cities and some of the small cities and towns, we have these municipalities following the federal guidelines, enforcing them, and it's up to us at a grassroots level to stand up against it. Mandatory face masks. Anybody thinks that's a good idea? Ooh, let's talk. Can we talk about that before we make that mandatory? Can we discuss first the ramifications of it all and what wearing a mask truly represents? What does it represent, Tom? Conformity. You want to show you're a part of a group? Oh, there you go. There's an outward sign. You're a part of that group. Choose well. If you're choosing groups, why do you have to be a part of a group? Why do you have to listen to a group for your information? How about we listen to each other as opposed to some entity that tells us what to do through a box that we see images on. I'll say it again. CNN, Fox News, CNBC, CBC, NBC, ABC, BBC, the Bloomberg report is all paid and bought for so that the Bloombergs of the world can line their pockets with what they value most, currency. The illusion of wealth. Another rich guy running for president, Bloomberg. I'll throw my own money into it. Oh, is it really your money that you're throwing into it? How many people worked for that money, used their backs, their minds, their ideas to get you where you're at, Michael Bloomberg? You're picking a fight with Michael Bloomberg? No, I'm pointing out the fact that he's a greedy prick. And he just ran for president. And what was that all about? Where is he now? Now you're stuck with Biden and Trump. All my friends and family in the United States. That's a serious dilemma. You have to decide between, at the very least, a sociopath and or a wannabe dictator. Good choice. I like this game. This game's good. This is good entertainment. It's this new game. It's they've got this net. It's like a trampoline. It's a small little trampoline, you know, like the ones that we used to exercise on. So it's on 4 legs. And this is played with 4 players. 2 teams of 2. It's basically like volleyball, but you're hitting the ball down onto this trampoline. So there's no net. It's like volleyball or Foursquare or as a few sports combined, but I like it because it's mobile and it does require some skill. Beautiful day in the park today. Interesting night last night. Did about 10 hours live on YouTube with apparently nobody watching while it was live because either there's something I done on my end, but most likely it's because I've been censored and now it's kind of on a 10-hour delay, depending on how long the live session is. Well, that defeats the purpose of being live then, right? So I guess on YouTube, I'm going to start using the webcam more and forget this streaming of, and then just see what sticks. And do more of this and upload stuff. Seems to be the best way to go. You know, this is live. There's not much that I delete. So, at any given moment, I can go live and I can upload. That's pretty effective too, right? Well, it depends. What are you trying to go after, sir? Well, I want immediate response. You know, I want immediate communication with the people, the friends, the family that I have accrued over a period of time, 49 years. I want to be able to communicate with them right now if I wanted to. Not 2 hours later, not on a fucking delay, not a 12-minute delay. Now. And that's possible. Why doesn't this happen? Why is there a delay and there's no delay for other people? Why is there no delay for the news but there's a delay for us? There's a reason. Think about it. When information is flowing so quickly and truth is being sold, they become lies. Lies are passed off as truths. How important is it to get your information out there and not be censored and not have a delay? Delaying a video coming out is a form of censorship. You're watching it before you put it on, or you're monitoring it before, it's censorship. You got an algorithm or a guy or a girl or a group or a team on these things, and for any little reason you can censor it. Well, YouTube, Facebook, there will come a time when you are not necessary anymore, and we will find another platform to communicate on. We'll find another platform to watch our videos and movies on, like Gaia did, like Netflix did, like how many other Prime? What's that all about? Amazon? Seems like there's a few good things happening there. I don't know about the Bezos guy, but I don't know if there are opportunities there to be creative and not be censored. I think that's a good thing. So there's that. That's important to me, to have the same technological freedoms that those with powerful positions have. We should have. The general public, there's no reason why this shouldn't happen. It'll make us better. But they fear it. That's why they control it. They fear real communication. They only want you to argue. These entities like the government and media, it's very important for them to confuse people, to keep them in the dark, to hand them information knowing that it will create some kind of controversy and it will continue the fight amongst the general public. Usually about a 50-50 split on anything they throw out. Oh, I'm for COVID. I'm not for COVID. COVID exists. COVID doesn't exist. All right. Let's really figure this out. This propaganda that your government, like my government, is force feeding us and sending in federal troops for us to comply. Does anybody know when this has happened before in history? Recent history? The history that we've been taught in our schools even. Some of that history is actually true, but most of it isn't. What happened during the Second World War? Who's this Hitler guy? What's this Goebbels guy about? How did they use media and propaganda to get a country in a frenzy? What kind of mind manipulation techniques did they use to convince an entire population that it was okay to eradicate certain people from the earth? So then we're or now, today, 2020. Some of the very same things are going on a global level. Now there's nobody in charge because all the governments are fucking corrupt. Do not be deceived about how deep this hole is. Do not be deceived in how shittily this machine runs. It sputters. It backfires. It's ready to explode, and we keep using it. Hey kids, you wanna go play on the machine? Be careful you don't lose an arm, or a leg, or your life. We're sending our kids into this world. I have 2 kids. You have kids. We have parents. We have cousins. We have friends. And we're okay with being led by these people, being told what to do by these irrational, stupid, ignorant people. In politics, in religion, at your workplace, maybe. One more moment that goes on that you don't stand up for yourself or for somebody else. That moment you should realize you're part of the problem. A big part of the problem. It's called apathy, I think. It's a genuine lack of concern for anybody or anything except for yourself. That might be not the true definition of it, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. And that's rich. Deep down inside, though, I believe most people, if given the opportunity, on the right diet, healthy relationships, if we talked about this, if we discussed it in detail, together, most of us, 80, 90%, the ignorance can be cured. We would find a middle ground. That I know. It's the only reason why I'm here. To be honest with you, I don't really want to be here. That sounds like a horrible thing to say, but that's true. On this planet right now, the way things are, and the greed, and the hate, the anger, the bitterness, the hostility, the violence, all that I see, and you don't see it in the summer. Everybody's having fun in the park right now. And I think this is great. It should be like this all year long. Why not? In my town in Penticton, British Columbia, Canada. Why not? What happened to City Hall during COVID-19? What happened to all the hospitals during COVID-19? They all shut down. These places should be helping people during these times of crisis. Where did all the professionals go? You know, how much have we been collectively affected by the ramifications of being isolated, being forced to do things that are unreasonable, to wear shit that makes us sick, to stand in line for an outdoor market There's only a few people making these stupid decisions for us, and they need to be out of a job. At the very least, they need to not have the job that they're in. In city, the RCMP, we don't even see these guys around that much, and all the people are here. Our city triples in population during the summer, and there's no word of them. So much more going on, so many more tickets that they can hand out, so many more people that they could tell what to do, and they're not here. There's a reason for it. Figure it out. There's a reason. And then you got the Penticton bylaw officers. They call them officers, eh? Bylaw officers who think they have authority, which they don't. Don't pay your tickets. Anybody who gets a ticket from bylaw, do not pay it. You are not obliged to pay these tickets. So now we got these ineffective means of protection. So then last night I noticed a lot of black vehicles driving around with tinted windows, private security, monitoring. We don't need you either. Never did. So, what do we need? I got a few suggestions. But the general consensus in my mind is that we don't need anybody to tell us what to do or what not to do. We figure it out amongst ourselves. Case in point. Last night I was singing karaoke on my, not on my deck, but inside. I had it turned up, and my neighbor came by and asked me to turn it down, and I said, "Thank you for telling me," and I did. Shouldn't have to call the RCMP. Just have to knock on the door and ask. But until then, I'm going to be who I am and do the same things that I used to do in my last home. Right? But when you get to this situation for most people and they find themselves living in a motel, then they feel that they are subject to the owner's whims initially, or else they might get kicked out. And they try to kick so many people out of this place. And if we're not on top of it, people lose their homes and they have nowhere to stay. This is a last resort. The last resort at the Beaumont Motel for many people. I'm looking at the Beaumont right now through the bushes, and I can see, I think I can see my unit from here. I think that's the one. It's hard to tell because I'm looking through bushes. Well, here's what I know. At the Beaumont Motel, I think all of us are good for at least 2 years. And I don't think that this thing can sell for the next 2 years. So it's reasonable rent for the next 2 years for most people. They'll want to kick everybody out of that place before they sell it. So that's their mandate. Maybe not the girl who runs it, Sam. Maybe not her. And I don't know what the intention is, but they're going to lose this place based on their attitude and all the shitty things that they've done so far. The owner, not the manager, not Sam. That's true. The owner, the owner's son. We're going to be heading to the Renters Association or whatever board. They take care of such matters, but during COVID-19 it's very hard to get a hold of anybody in person. Someone's on it though. They're on the phones, filling out the forms. But that's a long, laborious process. So I'll do my thing. This is my thing. You see, when I see something that's not fair, when I see people are hurting and other people don't care, because they're all so focused on their own shitty existences, when I see this, I have to point it out. We have to point it out. It's a good day. Friends and family, thank you for taking the time to communicate with me on this level. It's really all I got right now. I'm forming some tangible relationships around me, and that's good to reach out. I believe in your community, but this is also very, very important for some reason, so I continue to do it. Nah, Tom, you just want to feel important. No, I am important, and you are too. So it makes sense that we would do things like this. Do the things that you can do to make things better in your neighborhood, in your province, in your state, in your town, your country, in your church, in your job. What can you do? Well, this is what I do. We're coming up on 30 minutes here, not that I'm bound by time, but I'm going to try a 30-minute thing. Final thoughts. We're working too hard. People in this town, they have to work so hard. The people that live in this town, they have to work so hard. They have to collect bottles and get side jobs and do whatever it takes and work stupid hours just to make ends meet. So maybe we stop doing that. Maybe we all retire from stupid work. And then we play this game all day long, and then we go swimming. Bye.